Hey, you guys. It's MJ from Alta Love. How are you? So, this is a new monthly service I started in April, and I'm doing five different elements. So, the fifth is the I always forget how to say it. Oceopus? Oceopus? Oh, gosh darn, you'll correct me, right? It's in these recent shares from today. So, the water signs, the fire signs, I seem to have, like, a block on certain words apparently. Oceopus. Anyway, you guys will correct me, I'm certain of it. Ophiuchus, there it is, Ophiuchus, thank you, mind. Okay, so air signs, you guys are legit. I It's funny actually, as I step in to do this share around the air signs are actually signs that I feel the least amount of resonance with. Um, Although, like any of us, we could say that we ebb and flow, and we have different times in our lives where we're dealing with different energetic traits, right? Energetic aspects, whether it's deception, whether it's prosperity, whether it's uh, change and transformation. Um, it all relates to all of us, and it's just for me that I have a very dominant fire and earth in my chart. And then as a being, I'm very watery, I'm very feminine, I'm very emotional. Where air is something that I feel like I've had to align myself with air energy to sometimes help me get through situations, to help me transition through situations. It's that's par for the course. It seems to work like that. And then ultimately, it fire and air out of control can just kind of, the air will fan the flame, but then if it gets all out of control, it's not useful to anyone or any of us, and that has to do with our integrity as individuals, our self-responsibility as sovereign creators, and also our empathy and compassion when dealing with other. And it's not always obvious for people because people don't ultimately deal with their emotions, and then they also get people in their lives to functionally keep them from having to deal with any of their emotions as well. So there's a huge delayering when it comes to disentangling subtle emotional abuse, and you could say sort of emotional blackmail and stuff like that that happens in our families, in our workplaces, and beyond. And actually, it's pretty much trained and taught in our society of like, this is how to operate as a human, which in the new paradigm love movement, that is intolerable. That kind of operational energy is actually destructive and abusive, and we're sort of peeling back the veils and the layers around it, which is why there's so much emotionality in the collective right now. Air signs, I love you. Like when I say I resonate least, that's just like an energetic acceptance here now. At the same time, I have mega love. I've had different, again, transformational phases where I've had so much fun with air energy. And oddly enough as well, I do resonate when it comes to like certain people might be a sign, i.e., they might be a water sign or they might be an earth sign, and yet they exhibit qualities of air. And of course, we can all exhibit all the different qualities, right? So what are the air signs really looking at, or what's the kind of best insights that we can offer the air signs for the month of May? So right away I'm hearing the word turbulence and change. So for a lot of the air signs, this isn't going to be like new news. This isn't going to be like, what? Life is going through change? There's turbulence? Hmm? No. In fact, for a lot of you in this community, the air signs, this is going to be very resonant. You're going to be like, yeah, no shit. And although the turbulence is sort of coming to a head, you could say it's finally moving. It's finally moving us to that next place. whether it's a destination, whether it's perspective, whether it's whatever. Um, the energy cycles have been building up and building up and building up, and now it's like it's finally facing the main dragon, you could say, and then fanning it out. Really moving that darker demonic energy out of the field completely. So yeah, there's still, with the air signs or the air aspects in us, there's still this very real sense of facing down our demons, which looks different for everybody. It might be quitting a job, and or it might be standing up to a bully. It might be um having a difficult conversation with a spouse. It might be going in for some big meetings that don't go how we expect them to. So these turbulent times are things that take us out of our comfort zone and ultimately disrupt the peace when it comes to our patterning and our habits that don't serve the future motion of our higher ideal. Of course, we have to keep choosing to move into that. At the same time, we often can't move into that if we're still denying what is here now. And that requires us to look at things with discernment and just trust and have faith. And this is all part of those underlying control patterns that are being ripped out from under us, is that they're not real. Life is full, and there's an up and down, and we have emotions. We're not fucking robots, right? And it's more and more of this whole spiritual awakening energy is just grounding us. Even though it's destabilizing us, it's only destabilizing us because there's instability. If there weren't darkness and there weren't instability, none of it would be crumbling. It would be stable, right? But it's not stable. So we have to address that which is unstable within us. Not point fingers, not go around trying to figure out who fucked it all up. Instead, just say we're all fucked up. Let's get over it. Let's be vulnerable. Let's be honest. There again is part of like the discernment here, is that people don't know how to be honest necessarily. People are so anchored in their own lies, their own narcissistic twists, that they're so consumed with protecting their ego that they can't see par for the course. And this is where those that can, you just need to step away. And like we need to really stop this whole making excuses for people, or even spending our time micromanaging and psychoanalyzing. Oh, how could people behave so badly? I don't know, but they did. So if they did behave badly, that's their responsibility, not everybody else's, to try to, figure out how to make it better for the people who are not in their integrity, who are not self-responsible, and who in essence don't have any consideration for other. That's shitty. So we can either continue to protect and uphold the shitty paradigm of this patriarchy, or we can go, oh no, look, it fell. I didn't push it, it just fell because it's a shitty fucking structure. Again, all the best to it, really. Thank you for everything you've taught us. But look, you're falling over. I'm going to let you fall. Otherwise, if I try to hold you up, I might get fucking crumbled, right? I might get pushed down. So I'm somebody who broke free long, long time ago, who's navigating this reality, and people are going to judge and assume any number of things. But I can honestly say I have no investment whatsoever in the old paradigm anymore. That's been completely disentangled. And in fact, I'm working with different people of like reclaiming the actual birth certificate, which is basically the humanity's divine right to live here in existence with the earth realm, not the controller realm. So again, feel free, guys, to reach out. It might be that especially if you're in the UK, if you're interested in what I'm talking about when it comes to these like freedom breaks and actual physicalizing your sovereignty as a being, via the system, then please reach out. There's a co-creative, very tiny little sort of underground community that's in operation here, and it's just starting to pop up again. I saw this person randomly like on the street, and they were coming into my mind, so I know that it's still in alignment. But a lot of this depth that we've been traversing is more to do with our individual sovereignty, in integrity, in compassion, via the lens of unity, so that we are in service to the whole, but no longer are we playing low level fucking bass tone games with people. And that is something that day to day, moment to moment, even in my depths, because I'm so non judgy around being depressed or whatever judgment you could put on my circumstances, because I don't actually have any judgment around it. I'm able to really watch things act out, and I can see old aspects really, really fast now. And it fascinates me. At the same time, I'm like, I gotta stay out of that. I'm gonna stay clear of that for sure. So, air signs, it's all changing. It's all moving. It's all flying about for you guys. I'll send you loads of love, as in unconditional love, as an organizing power for any seeming chaos. But remember this epic quote and affirmation: this too shall pass. Now, I know we've been in the depths for some time, and I know that these waters have actually been pretty turbulent for a little longer than any of us could have ever anticipated at the same time. It's because the changes are fucking epic. And I know that change, like, oh, what's going to happen? But don't worry, all the changes are actually for the good and for the good of all, which means it includes all of us. So, yay. Thanks for listening, you guys. If that was useful to you, please feel free to share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting this channel. If you want a personal reading or an intuitive session, please reach out. Go to altolove.com and you can hook it up right there through the booking system. And super excited. I'm going to send a shout out today offering these coaching packages to all y'all, and ultimately just to share the dream laugh with you guys. Have a great day. I love you loads, and peace out.